When participating in any exercise program, there is a possibility of physical injury and an increased load on the heart, which may result in dizziness, shortness of breath, and in extreme circumstances may result in a heart attack. If you experience any dizziness or pain, stop exercising immediately and seek medical attention as required. By participating in this exercise program, you agree to freely accept all associated risks, dangers, and hazards. The governors of the University of Alberta, their officers, employees, and volunteers are not responsible for any injury or loss of any kind sustained by you while participating. Consult your physician before beginning any exercise program.
Hi there, I'm Chelsea Coghill with Campus and Community Recreation, and this office yoga sequence is going to be targeting the hips and low back. So I know with a lot of sitting, we can tend to get a lot of discomfort and tension creeping up into the low back and hips, common area of discomfort. So we'll get up off of our chairs and move into a little stretch sequence. Remember, you can always hold these specific poses a little bit longer. So I'm going to be holding the postures for 3 to 5 breaths, but feel free to pause the video and you can hold these positions for anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes, depending on the time that you have available. So we'll start with a standing forward fold. So what we'll do is with hips, ankles stacked over hips, I'm just going to come into a forward fold. So I'm just going to hinge at my hip crease, letting my torso ragdoll forward. Let the head be heavy. You can always take the feet slightly wider than hip distance. Bring a generous bend into the knees if needed. So if there's a lot of tension or tightness at the backs of the legs, then just bend the knees as much as you need to. Let the arms be super heavy here. And just let your head relax. So just give the head a gentle nod, yes, and shake no. You can always interlace the hands into the elbow creases if you wish, and if it feels good, just take a gentle sway from side to side. Again, as best you can, just allowing that body to simply ragdoll forward as the tailbone gently lifts up towards the ceiling. And maybe you would gently extend through the backs of the legs. After your next exhale, gently releasing the hands if you've interlaced them. With your chin to the chest and the belly drawn in and up towards the spine, we're going to slowly roll up, articulating one vertebra at a time. All the way up to standing. Good. From here, we're going to come down onto the floor, getting into the hips a little bit more deeply. So I'm going to take a big step forward with my right foot and back with my left. If you need any support in this position, like blocks, feel free to have something handy. They don't have to be fancy yoga blocks. They can be books. And you're simply going to bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot and hug right knee in towards your right arm. So just coming into this lizard stretch. If you don't need any support with the blocks, we can come onto the hands. And if you're not feeling enough sensation in this position, we can lower down onto the forearms. So we're just going to hold here for 3 breaths. Just noticing where you might be holding tension, and see if you can release that down on the exhale. After your next exhale, just gently pressing yourself back up to extended arms if you're not already there. And then you're going to heel toe that right foot over towards your left hand. Dropping right knee down towards right wrist. So coming into this half pigeon stretch. If you're quite tight in the hips, just draw the right heel a little bit closer towards your left hip. So hips are square to the direction that you're facing. Make sure that your back leg is going straight back behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen so the chest lifts. And then exhale, hinging forward over that front leg. Again, you can oscillate in and out of this movement with your breath as you inhale coming up exhale, gently lead with the chest, drawing the heart forward and down. 3 breaths here. Good. From this position, I'm going to roll over to my right hip. Draw my left knee over towards my right heel, creating a 90-degree angle with both shins. I'm going to release back, fingertips pointing out, and I'm going to lift out of my chest, out of the shoulders, lengthening through the neck so that we're not sinking back down into the shoulders, and firmly pressing left knee into the floor, just feeling that opening into the quadricep. If you don't feel enough sensation here, we can come down onto the forearms or elbows. Just ensure that you're still pressing out of your shoulders so that you're not sinking down, losing the neck. Keep the neck nice and long, and still think about pressing that left knee firmly down in towards the floor. Good. After at least 3 breaths, gently pressing yourself out of this position. And then we're just going to extend both legs open. Now you might want a prop to elevate your hips onto for this position. So any seated forward folding positions, it's beneficial to elevate the hips so we get that anterior tilt of the pelvis. So we want the bowl of the pelvis to spill forward. I'm going to flex my toes in towards my body, engage through the quadriceps, keeping lots of length through front body. I'm going to gently hinge at the hip crease just to feel some sensation at the inner thighs, at the backs of the legs, and just let your hands release down. You're going to move into your personal stretch zone, wherever that is, so you maintain engagement through the quadriceps, keeping the ankles flexed, toes towards the trunk. Inhaling, finding length through the spine, and exhaling, hinging a little bit deeper. One more breath here, inhale, exhale. Good, gently release back through to center. And then we're gonna repeat that sequence on the other side. So this time you're gonna take your left leg forward into that low lunge stretch, left hand to the inside of left foot. Lizard stretch, again elevating the hands onto blocks or books if needed, or lowering down onto the forearms to get a little bit more sensation or intensity. And again, we're aiming to squeeze that left knee in towards the left arm, relaxing the head, staying long through the breath. After your next exhale, pressing yourself back up to extended arms if you're not already there. And then we're going to again heel to left foot over to right wrist this time, dropping left knee to left wrist. And again, adjusting this position, maybe bringing that left heel a little bit closer to right hip. Take a peek back at your right leg, ensure that it's going straight back behind you. As you inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest, finding length through front body, and exhale, hinging forward over that left leg. And again, feel free to just move into your stretch zone and hold that position, or you can oscillate movement with breath. So as you inhale, coming out a little bit, and exhale, leading with the chest, hinging forward, taking one more breath, inhaling, and exhaling, releasing, deepening into that position. Good. From your half pigeon, I'm going to roll over to left hip. Bring that right knee to meet the left heel so that shins create that 90-degree angle. I'm on the top side of my right foot, so my right toes are pointing straight back. And I'm going to drop back. Again, see if you can lift or depress the shoulders down and away from the ears. And we're firmly pressing right knee down in towards the floor. And if you're not feeling a lot of sensation or enough sensation in that right quadricep, then we gently drop down onto elbows, but still lift out of the shoulders and extend through the neck. So lifting the chest up and keep pressing firmly down through that right knee in towards the floor, holding here for another deep inhale. And exhale. Good. On your next inhale breath, carefully pressing yourself back up. And we will finish in a supine butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. You can scooch the hips quite closely towards the heels if you wish. Lowering down onto forearms, palms can be face up, rolling shoulder blades underneath the body. You can have the legs a little bit more open like a diamond, maybe taking the heels a little bit further away from the hips. Closing the eyes down and just taking 5 deep exhaling sigh breaths to close your deep stretch for your stretch break. To come out, just gently drawing the knees back towards midline of the body. You can either rock and roll up along the length of your spine to come out, or just gently roll over to one side and press yourself back up to seated. And carry on with the rest of your workday.